What's up? You doing all right today?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
Excellent, man. Excellent. Yo, so we down here at the compound. It's a place in Detroit with the artist
Beast Brunswick 313.
Beast Brunswick, man. So you a hip hop artist, man,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
From Detroit. Tell me this: how'd you get into it? And like what some of your influences or people that uh you would be in a category with? Like, who are those people?
Man, I would say, man, Sada Baby, Ice Wet Vessel, Rock Bottom, uh, Team Eastside. These are guys right here, man, that you grow up, man, listening to, man, and really embracing their sound, man. Because they sound is what I am. Point blank period.
I love that, man. I love that. So like, what got you into rapping?
Oh man, what got me into rapping, man, is my brother, man. We used to, man, we used to rap, man. My brother, man, he was very talented, man. Although he's not doing it today, but man, he was very talented, man. He stirred me in that direction, man. You know, and when you growing up, man, you want to be with your big brother. You want to be with your father is, your big brother is. So I just took on the challenge, man. When he was doing it, I started doing it.
Yeah, it's incredible how that type of influence impacts you
Oh
for the
yeah.
long time. What type of ways do you put on for the city, man? I see you from Detroit, man. What you do out here, man? Because that's a hard working city.
Oh man, man. Listen, a lot of people don't know, man. By trade, I'm a welder, and I feel like this, man. I feel like that's like the backbone of the city. You know what I'm saying? A person that's getting up every morning, man, going to punch a clock. You got a 9 to 5. He keeping the city alive. Because he's doing things that's making the city move. Not only music, but your work ethic with your hands. This is how I keep the city and make the city move. Not just with music, but with my hands.
And I feel like that's really the essence of Detroit.
Oh yes, sir.
And it's interesting because like when you're a welder, you're like a master builder.
Oh yes, sir.
And when it comes to Detroit, like from the cars to the skyscrapers to the bridges, all that's been welded by somebody.
Yes, sir.
And when we talk about the frameworks, it's like invisible lines behind these pieces.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
how do you utilize that when you're making music?
Man, the way I utilize that, man, when I'm making music, man, is this. I know that the building is gritty, and I know the Detroiters is gritty, man. So this is how I try to keep my sound, man. I try to keep my sound gritty, man. Because this is how we was raised, man. And this is how we elevate one another, man, in the city, man. By keeping it real, keeping it raw, and keeping it to the point, man.
And you can definitely hear that in your music. Like, it's
Thank you.
definitely a real raw, gritty, straight to the point, but at the same time, no bullshit.
Thank you, man.
Like you're speaking real things. You're learning new words when you hear you rap and different things of that nature. Like it really opens the listener's mind. A lot of times, no offense to the younger artists or anything of that nature, but like as you mature in age, you want to your music taste should as well. Your music taste should be mature, and I feel like you can really find that in your music.
True indeed.
Yeah. So like I know your producer's not here. Can you kind of elaborate on you guys' relationship?
Oh man, my man True X spoken, man. It's crazy, right? Me and True X spoken met. We met in a weld shop, working. We met in a weld shop. It was like, cause I needed somebody for content and for beats. And everybody around the shop would say, why don't you holler at True X. He do all that. So when I went and hollered at him, it was like, boom. We talked and we connected instantly. And it's been on and popping since then. You know?
That's always a great way to like connect and work with people. And then one great thing about that too is you automatically know he's got a good work ethic.
Oh,
You're
yes,
working
sir.
with somebody, so he's got to be working. You know, so many people, you know, like their work ethic isn't like that. Like how do you guys? Because I mean, you're talking about, you know, you working your 9 to 5, and then you coming back home and putting more work in.
But see, this the thing about the 9 to 5. When I am doing the 9 to 5, when I am welding, I also got a piece of paper right next to me, and I'm writing.
He's creating while he's creating.
I'm creating while I'm creating.
I love that.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy how, and the thoughts and the stuff that comes to my mind while I'm working, it's like magic, man. Like, it's unexplainable, but that's why I say it's magic. Because I could sit there with a weld gun at the same time write a verse.
You getting paid to rap.
That's right.
I love that, man. I love rap all day. But like when the second that you stop working, it's like, yeah, you could be working all day, but it's like the inspiration can sometimes be more limited, you know. And sometimes people run away from like putting their hands to use in other areas. But welders are like some of the most important people in the world.
Oh, yeah, indeed so.
Yeah. So outside of welding, I hear that you got a few books on Amazon as well.
Oh yeah, I got children's books on Amazon.
Man, how you get into that?
Man, it's a long story, man. It's like, man, you know, it's just like following a pattern. Okay? This is how my mind works. If I see something, I'm gonna take what I see and I'm gonna keep doing what I see until I'm able to do it. You feel what I'm saying?
Practice is perfect.
Practice makes perfect.
Tell me a little bit about your conditioning phase with your writing, your whether it's music or books. Like, what conditioned you to, like, how did you practice?
How I practice, man, I take it like, sometimes I just take a bunch of words and I scribble a bunch of words when I'm writing raps. I might just scribble a bunch of words. I might scribble 100 words on a paper, right? Then I just take them 100 words and I take words out of that 100 words and make all them words rhyme. That's how I do it. And if you do it that way, you'll find yourself writing verses way faster than you would be if you just sit there and try to think of some shit.
That's intriguing. It's like a brain dump. And then
Exactly.
you applying that to your rapping, it's really kind of making a machine where you are able to just produce music.
Right.
I can see how that could come up with some really good art.
Right.
Now tell me this, like, where can people find you at? Like Facebook, Instagram, where can they listen to your music?
Facebook, East Brunswick 313.
And we're down here at the compound with East Brunswick 313.